Are you a supercar fan? Can't stop dreaming about owning one such supercar even one day? If you think that's impossible, then you're wrong. Nothing in this world is impossible if you believe in it. Take it from the founder of Lamborghini, a prisoner who invented the supercar. Talking about Lambo, it's gorgeous. Its looks and performance are both amazing, though they are quite expensive. It's fair enough. But how did this car company build its empire? Who was the person behind this brilliant creation? How was his life? Stay tuned till the end to know everything. This person had enormous ups and downs in his life, but he answered all of them through his success. From being arrested and made a prisoner to being humiliated by the owner of Ferrari cars, Mr. Enzo Ferrari, he proved that success is the sole answer to all his humiliations. He built Lamborghini to take revenge on Enzo Ferrari, which stands out as one of the leading sports car companies in today's world. How inspiring is that? The humiliation he faced set his determination to show everyone that he also can do something, and today, we can see its outcome. Now, everybody knows about the popularity of Lamborghini in the world, but in today's video, we're going to share with you the initial failure and the unique journey of the man behind the company Ferruccio Lamborghini. So without further ado, let's dive straight into it. Childhood. Ferruccio Lamborghini took birth on April 28, 1916 to Italian parents Antonio and Evelina Lamborghini, who were viticulturists by profession in the province of Ferrara, northern Italy. He was baptized just 4 days after his birth, as we got to know from his baptismal certificate. From a very early age, he was immensely attracted to farming machinery rather than the profession of farming. What do you think he did in his spare time? No, you're wrong. He didn't play out with his fellow mates, but tried to fix tractors and other instruments which were being used on the farms. He took to his interests and enrolled himself in the Fratelli Taddia Technical Institute, situated in Bologna. Guess what he did? He joined the Cavaliere Regie, which basically keeps a check on the army machines of Italy. After spending quite a good amount of time with the Cavaliere Regie, he then joined the Italian Royal Air Force in 1940 during the terrible times of World War II as a mechanic, serving on Rhodes Island and coming to be the manager of the maintenance unit. Arrested as a prisoner. The Italians fought day and night with the Germans during the Second World War, but without any luck. Finally, a time came when the brave Italian soldiers had to surrender a certain area to the mighty Germans. Do you know who was posted in that area during the surrender? None other than our Ferruccio Lamborghini. Poor Lamborghini was taken under German possession. Initially, there was no better person than the Germans, but gradually, they started to change their colors. You wouldn't believe what happened after that. All the Italians residing in the captured area were made prisoners, and Ferruccio was among them. It's a known fact how the prisoners were treated. Moreover, here we're talking about none other than Adolf Hitler. And who here is not aware of his treacherous punishments? They were one of a kind. There was not one that he could escape. He had to endure it all. But this never deterred him from flaunting his mechanical skills. While being a prisoner, apart from solving other issues, he used to fix the vehicles for the German army. Based on his good work during his captivity, he was released after a short time. But that wasn't the end of his worries. He had to witness one of the tragic incidents of his life. He lost his first wife while she was giving birth to their daughter. He couldn't accept this all of a sudden, and he would slowly go into a depression. Life doesn't stop for anyone, right? Likewise, it didn't stop for him. To get all of this out of his mind, he started keeping himself busy with work. He was passing his days by fixing war machines when suddenly a letter popped up from his father. He summoned Ferruccio, saying that they required a tractor for their fields. Lamborghini Trattori debut. This one letter from his dad changed the course of his whole life. It was at this time the idea of business struck him, and he started thinking about how he could help by manufacturing machinery for the fields. Sounds like a piece of cake, doesn't it? But it's not an easy thing to accomplish, as they would have required the nicest equipment to start. Now, what to do? They didn't have the economy for the best equipment, so how can they make it work? This was the biggest question. After a lot of thought, one day an idea struck him. He thought, why don't they manufacture the new tractors with the parts of the military vehicles which were left out during the war? How amazing is that? Who could have thought it, right? While working on this idea, he finally invented a tractor that could only be driven by diesel instead of extremely costly petrol. As years passed by, he gradually started his own company and called it Lamborghini Trattori. To his luck, business started to pick up the pace from the beginning itself. Now the problem was, how could they increase their production without the money? As the business was doing well, along with it came increasing demand, and for that, all the equipment was required in more and more quantities with space. We must say that Ferruccio had a great father. Seeing his son doing so much hard work, he decided to sell off all his properties to help his one and only son. This helped Ferruccio in a very big way. You must have heard that the hard work put into any work never goes to waste. Ferruccio also felt something like this. With the help of his hard work and dedication, he was able to make his tractor company one of the most famous companies in the whole of Italy in just a few days. His business was running better than ever. Due to this, he started making a lot of money. Consequently, he used his money for, well, can you tell us what it was for? Yes, you got that correct. He bought his favorite thing, a car for himself. Ferruccio was fond of sports cars and luxurious cars right from the beginning. Due to this, he has included many luxurious cars like Mercedes, Maserati, and Alfa Romeo in his garage. Ferruccio Lamborghini versus Enzo Ferrari. By this time, he was a renowned businessman, but still, this didn't stop him from showing his mechanical skills. If any of his cars showed any problem, he was the one fixing it all by himself. Now, he wanted to have a Ferrari in his car collection as well, and this decision was the turning point in his career. Had he not bought it, we would not be enjoying the luxury of Lamborghini. After buying the Ferrari 250 GT, Ferruccio encountered a grave problem with the clutch of the car. When he opened it, he was taken aback because Ferrari had been using the same clutch that Ferruccio had implemented in his tractors. On finding out about the issue, Ferruccio reached out to Enzo Ferrari, the founder of Ferrari, and put forward the issue about the clutch. Guys, tell me one thing. If you reach out to a founder of a very famous brand and complain about his product, how would he react? Would he either take it positively and work on it, or take it as an insult and get angry at the customer? The latter situation occurred. Enzo lashed out at him by saying, "The fault is not of the clutch, but the person driving the car. Where will a person driving a tractor like you understand Ferrari like a luxury car?" Ferruccio's sentiments were hurt considerably, and thus he started his journey of Lamborghini. The Lamborghini Company. After the humiliations by Enzo, Ferruccio was determined to build the best sports car the world had ever seen. To accomplish this, he started another of his companies and called it only Lamborghini, where he employed some of the car manufacturers and 3 of the old Ferrari workers. He knew in his heart what kind of car he wanted and started making designs according to that. After a whole lot of work, he created the Lamborghini 350 GT. This car had 4-wheel disc brakes, 4-wheel suspension, a 5-speed transmission, and a V12 engine. This car gained much recognition at the Turin Motor Show. This was his direct answer to Enzo Ferrari, that he wasn't a menial farmer or a person just driving a tractor. He was much more than that. He was a mechanical expert who could achieve anything he wanted to. As years went by, Lamborghini became the center of attraction in the market because of its unique design. Lamborghini started launching their new models one after the other after gaining an enormous amount of success in the car industry. So, this was all about the prisoner-made businessman's inspirational life story. How many of you got really inspired? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe.